Hello Seekers, welcome to Vedic Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. In this video, we will discuss about September month prediction, September month analysis. September is going to be quite a happening month because there is double end of retrogression, one for Saturn and one for Jupiter. Not only that, Rahu and Ketu after 18 months will shift to the zodiac of Taurus and Scorpio respectively, therefore gaining a lot of power. Not only that, we will also see the transit of Venus going very fast from the sign of Gemini to the sign of Cancer, as well as from the sign of Cancer to the sign of Leo. So Venus will hop two zodiacs in same month, whereas Mars will also become retrograde. So many events, so many transits, so many planetary movement bringing changes to our life, so we cannot say that September will not be a crucial month for us. Let us decode one by one what the September month is going to bring for us. But before that, do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. Subscribe and stay connected with Punneit Astrology. Explore my other videos on the English and Hindi channel to get more insights about astrology. Follow me on my other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram and Twitter to get more updates. IGTV videos will be uploaded soon. Those videos will not be available on YouTube because those will be short and crisp transit updates. And do not forget to listen to my Apple iTunes podcast available on the Apple Podcast app, and for the non-Apple users, you can listen to my podcast on Podbean. All the links will be in the description box below. If you want to take my consultation, the email ID is also given in the description box. You can drop me an email to inquire about the consultation. So let's start with the September month analysis. September, the month of lot of planetary changes, starts with a very unique transit of Mars. Mars will shift to the second pada of Ashwini Nakshatra. Mars, in the beginning of September, will move out from the Gandanta pada and will also come out of the Vargottam stage of his transit. So you can say that Mars will lose its power? No. This is Mars getting ready to commit mistakes. That means your energy is now needed to be conserved because the Navamsha is Taurus. Also, Venus will make its move to the sign of Cancer. The love becomes emotional. But when Venus moves into the sign of Cancer, the same Mars in the sign of Aries is going to aspect that Venus. That means the matters of love, the matters of happiness, the matters of luxury is going to take an impact. With Mars in the first, say 10 days in the Navamsha of Venus, Taurus, with Venus in the water sign, you would want to spend a lot of money. You would want to spend your energy into recreation. If you are spending it in a controlled manner, if you are spending it for recreational purpose, for rejuvenation purpose, then it is fine. But if you are on a shopping spree, if you are trying to spend money just to recover from a depressing thought or a moment, then it's actually bad for you. What else do we see in the month of September? We also see the regular movement of Sun from the sign of Leo to the sign of Virgo, but we also see the movement of Mercury. Mercury also moves to the sign of Virgo, the exaltation sign, few days into September. And this Mercury is going to bring in a lot of changes. See, the desire will also set in, which will give you a new course to earn money. This Mercury is going to make the wheel of money, the Upachaya Bhav, which is the Kanya Rashi, Virgo, move faster than usual. The art of earning money will come to you, and new avenues will also open up for those who are having strong Mercury Mahadasha, Antardasha, or somehow who are in Mercurian effect like Mercury ascendant or Mercurian zodiac sign. That means Vedic moon sign. What else we see in this unique month? We do see that Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius becomes direct. This is, especially in the second half of the month of September, this is going to be very crucial. Why? It's not just Jupiter going direct in the sign of Sagittarius, it's Jupiter getting rid of Ketu. Ketu was causing Jupiter to underperform in the sign of Sagittarius. It was making this Jupiter become very spiritual, but it was also creating a lot of trouble, especially because Jupiter was forgetful about his own properties. After all the retrogression, after all the transits, after all the ups and downs, Jupiter is now ready to execute the full potential in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a very powerful sign. It's a fire sign. The fire planets are very strong. Jupiter and Mars are well poised, but remember that Mars is also now aspected by a very strong Jupiter. With Mars aspected by Jupiter, with Venus in the house of exaltation of Jupiter, with Mercury and after some time Sun, 10th from Jupiter, this is going to be a power play and the game is going to be changed by the Jupiter himself. So if you are looking at your chart right now, you need to really focus where your Jupiter is placed. Depending upon what the placement of Jupiter is, the result is going to be fructified in a very unique way. It's like Jupiter was waiting for this time, and now the Guru has all the knowledge to perform what he is here to perform. What else is happening? Saturn is going direct just at the end of September. That means while Jupiter is going direct, Saturn is also slowing down. When Saturn is slowing down in the sign of Capricorn, you have to understand that all the efforts will also slow down, all the karma will slow down. This means you will become more cautious, you will become more aware. But this also means everything will reset itself. Things will start coming back to normal in your life. Because Saturn is preparing not to go retrograde but to go direct. When Saturn goes direct in the sign of Capricorn, this Saturn becomes very, very strong. Why? If you see the position of Shani right now, Saturn is actually Vargottam, because Saturn is in the Capricorn Navamsha. With this strong potential of Saturn in the Capricorn zodiac, which is also second from Jupiter, now you see the Scorpio, Sagittarius and Capricorn belt. It has Ketu, Jupiter and Shani. Now if I take the Kundli of Kalpurush, the first lord itself is retrograde. 6th house will see the position of exalted Mercury. 8th house will have Ketu. That means the investment is now set into motion. The money which was blocked is now into the market. This means you will have new ventures, new ideas, new avenues for increasing the finances. From the perspective of health, you have to be, yes, a bit careful. But from the perspective of opportunities, this is the month that can change the fate for you. You have to closely observe the planets. You have to closely observe the motion of the planets. Once you closely observe the motion, you will understand that things are coming back to the state where it was previously existing. This also means that your life is going to put itself into a set of motion that will not stop for the coming months. That means if you have the opportunity in your horoscope, if your Mahadasha Antardasha allows to start something new, you should start. Even if you have a problem, at least you can be creative enough by utilizing the power of Venus. Because Venus is now going directly in line of sight of Shani. With the aspect of Mars, with the aspect of Shani, Venus is the most afflicted planet while you're going in the month of September. With Venus getting afflicted, Rahu will definitely become agitated. Rahu just moved into a house and the Guru is now caught in the winds of Mars and Shani. Both very strong, masculine and old planet. Venus is not going to like it. So what happens in this case is that Venus will find contradicting ideology right in front of him. So love has to become practical. You will see the matters of relationship will be the most affected in the month of September. Venus also means luxury, and that is why I say do not spend a lot of money. You have to be very cautious how you are spending your days, how you are managing your wealth. Wealth will come, but you may end up losing it, you may end up spending it. So you have to be very careful on that area. One more thing you have to be very careful is that when Sun and Mercury also goes into the sign of Virgo, this is where your analytical power is needed. So you can see that mind is stronger in the month of September, but the heart is weak. That means you may have to take few important decisions which has to go in sync with your mind, with your brain, rather than your heart. So if you are a very emotional person, it may be that the month passes with a lot of change and you have to deal things with practicality. So it is advisable that everybody should become more practical and pray to the Surya, pray to the Lord Sun, chant Gayatri Mantra, and you can chant Aditya Hriday Stotra. Not only that, you should pray to Goddess Lakshmi, Goddess Durga and Goddess Kali. Female energy has to be prayed, female energy has to be brought in our life, and you can help female children get education. Shukra is a guru, Shukra is female, Shani is karma, and Mars is urja. Mars' fourth aspect, which is called as protective aspect, will be actually on Venus for some time, till the time Venus is in the sign of Cancer. But remember, Cancer is the sign of debilitation for Mars. Both the aspect of Saturn and Mars are actually not that friendly towards Venus. And from the Kalpurush perspective, it's the fourth house. So that means you should not do any construction or any, repair work unless it's necessary in your home. For your car, you have to drive carefully. You should not put your car into any sort of upgradation or repair in this month unless it's necessary. If you can avoid, you should avoid. If it's necessary, it is necessary. So this is the basic analysis for the month of September. Now let us move ascendant by ascendant and try to find out what each ascendant has for this period of month of September. And the timestamp is given below. You can go into the comment section in the description box also. You can see your timestamp for your particular ascendant and you can directly jump into your ascendant so that you don't need to scroll through the video. All the sections are given below. You can directly click and this will take you to your ascendant. Ascendant number 1, Aries. Aries ascendant is always in sync with the Kalpurush, the natural Kundali. For you, 9th and the 10th Lord, the Dharma and Karma Lord is going direct. This is the month where you actually set goals for yourself, set aims for yourself, and you decide what you really want to do, what you really want to achieve. With Mercury going into the 6th Lord, 6th house, 6th Lord and 6th house, this means the Upche houses Lords, at least 3rd, 6th, 10th and 11th house Lords are very strong. Good time for finances, good time to change your job, good time to start a business, good time to take a learning. But now, Rahu is going in your 2nd house, whereas Ketu is going in your 8th house. Don't manipulate, don't tell lies. Be very careful about the food that you eat. Be very careful if you are a smoker, it's not a good time for you. With Ketu in the 8th house, your emotions can go haywire, so you have to be very careful about your mental health as well as your physical health. It may happen that you may have to disinvest your paternal money or money coming from the ancestors. You may have to sell off something, but don't worry, things will come back natural, things will come back normal. Venus is in the 4th house, you won't feel happy, you would want desperately by bringing in luxury at home. You would want to feel happy by having costly things. I would give you a very small advice. Try to buy perfumes as costly as you can, what is affordable obviously, and try to give to somebody. Also, try to feed poor people, and try to, if possible for you, try to give employment to at least one person with whatever way you can, with whatever manner you can. You can help somebody, you can give a direct employment, indirect employment, by any way means. This will give you a headstrong approach towards the problems. Anyways, your ascendant lord is in ascendant. The thing is that your ascendant lord is going retrograde. Because this first lord is going retrograde, your mind may not be into the right place. You may not think straight. Although you are thinking too much about your enemies, the fault finding will be at its peak. For you, this month will make the future, will decide the future for the upcoming months. But for you, the month of October, I will say, is better than September. But the month of September holds the key for the success that lies ahead in the upcoming months. So take this month of September as a stepping stone and move towards a bright future. Avoid any kind of fight with your wife, because your 7th lord is getting the energy from the Shani and Mars. There can be an issue for a work-life balance, for your presence at home. There can be an issue at office. So you have to be very, very careful from those areas. Avoid fights with your in-laws and your grandparents. Ascendant number 2, Taurus. In case of Taurus ascendant, your ascendant itself is coming in the 3rd house. First of all, your ascendant is going away from Rahu. Because it is going away from Rahu, it is already gaining the position, gaining the power. Venus performs good in the water sign, but this time the problem with the Venus is, as I said, it's the aspect of Mars and Saturn. Also, Jupiter is 6th from Venus. For you, Rahu on 23rd of September will go on the ascendant. So definitely Rahu will start showing, or will start giving the effect from Gemini to Taurus. Confusion lies ahead. What to do, where to head, especially how to deal with situation, how to deal with comfort. Whatever you do can cause discomfort to someone. So you have to be very, very careful of your actions. In case of any kind of cheating in relationship, this will be caught and you will be in a big problem. The marriage can end. So you have to be very careful if you are into any such action which is against marriage. You have to address the situation at hand first before taking a call for anything outside marriage. This is also because the 8th lord getting the rid of Ketu, but Ketu is going on your 7th house, while 7th lord is retrograde. And when 7th lord is retrograde, it is not retrograde anywhere but in the 12th house. So court cases, matters of court cases may come, litigations may come. You have to be very, very careful in this case. But your 9th lord towards the end of this month is becoming direct. With the direct motion of Shani, it will guide you, it will give you enough amount of experience, but you have to make sure that experience should not be because of some negative situation. Overall, if you see, once Venus goes out from the sign of Cancer and moves to the sign of Leo, you will gain a lot of power. So the first half of September may bring problem, but the second half of September will actually stabilize things. What you have to do is you have to maintain extra precaution. Don't follow any kind of illusion, because Rahu on the first house. Why I'm saying Rahu on the first house? Because actually Rahu is a gas, it's a shadow, and the shadow is already casting its effect in the sign of Taurus. So you have to be extra cautious, and choice can be a problem. Free will can be a problem. What you choose can be out of an illusion. So you have to be extra careful on that. Ascendant number 3, Gemini. In case of Gemini, Rahu is actually at the final leg in your ascendant, on your ascendant, and Rahu is about to go in the 12th house. Not only that, your ascendant lord will also become exalted in the 4th house. This is actually a very good time. This may bring in unnecessary expenses, but it will actually stabilize matters at home. You may have to take the responsibility and deal and communicate with a bit of harshness and practicality. People can call you cold and non-emotional at this time, but that is what it is. You also see that your 7th Lord is going direct, your 8th Lord is going direct. That means any kind of problem through business, any kind of problem through investment, in marriage is going to stabilize in this time frame. You will also see with the position of Mars going retrograde, the expectation is going to change. Now, change can be towards the positive, change can be towards the negative. The retrogression can make you insecure, especially towards your finances, especially towards your money. Financially, this is going to be taxing on you, so you have to prepare yourself. You have to prepare all the savings and everything. Coming from the job perspective, it can be a difficult time for you. So if you are in a position where you feel like you can lose a job, don't be scared on anything, but just pray to Hanumanji, chant Hanuman Chalisa and put down all your problems in the feet of Hanuman and bow down at his feet. This will not only give you courage and confidence, but will also help you overcome the situation quite easily, and this will also give you enough opportunity so that you won't even feel that the problem actually hit you. But overall, if I see, this also means, especially the 11th house retrogression of Mars means that your approach towards money, your approach towards finances are going to change. You will become more conservative. So before the event makes you conservative, you start becoming conservative, you save a lot and you try to invest whatever you have. This is a good time to think about or plan about long-term investment, and this is the right time. If you want to start a business, this is the right time to diversify. So if you have any kind of problems in business, you can actually look into that. With Mercury becoming powerful, with Venus coming out of the sign of Cancer after some time, you will see that slowly things are being very normal to you. So this is a complete shift for you, complete transformational shift for you. What is expected from you is to maintain the caution. Rahu is going out, the illusion is going away, but the 12th house is also exit. So you have to be very careful about your exit. Give up the load, give up the unnecessary energy, and you will see that you will find success at your doorstep. Ascendant number 4, Cancer. In case of Kark Lagna or Cancer Lagna, you will see that Venus is in the 1st house. The 7th house Saturn is going slow, is going to go direct, is going to aspect your ascendant. So for you, mood swings will always be on the cards. But if you can control your mood, you will see that the month is quite good for you. When you see that the Mercury's position from the 2nd house to the 3rd house is actually going to make you far more stronger, this also means that your communication will become bolder. Your 6th house has Jupiter, so you have this confidence to face the situation. This confidence has to be also kept under check. Because in your case, if you see, the 11th Lord is going under the scrutiny of Mars and Saturn. So career is going to be into question. You can choose to change your career or completely switch or resign. Whatever decision you take, you should take in the best interest of you and your family. Why? Because the 4th house Lord is getting the aspect. So there can be an acute emergency at home, because of which your work and life balance can be changed, can be disturbed. So you have to make plans accordingly, you have to think accordingly that something in the home front can hamper or can bring ripples in your career and your business. So whenever this happens, if at all this happens, you really don't need to worry on any front, but you need to take action. You have to accept the situation. For you, acceptance itself will become a problem, so you have to learn to accept the situation. If you don't accept the situation, then you will be at fault, and then you will find yourself in a very difficult trap. Jupiter is direct, Jupiter is going stronger, and Mars is going retrograde. That is why I'm saying that new avenues of your career has to be found out. You can write a book, you can write a vlog. I do see that your presence, that you communicate to a lot of people, you talk a lot, but when you're talking, you need to talk to a professional, you need to talk to a person who can understand. Cribbing is not an option for you. Because your ascendant is already ruled by moon, the month starts when moon is moving from your 7th house to 8th house. So the month can be a bit disturbing mentally, but you will actually see that the changes and the transformation that it brings is actually good for you. So you have to see the positive side. The key mantra for you is to be optimistic and hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Worst may not happen, but what will happen is that it will teach you the art of overcoming the situation and preparing for the rainy days. But overall, if you see, Venus will no longer stay in the sign of Cancer for a very long period. Venus will move to the sign of Leo. This will improve the position of Venus. Although Venus will go in a fire sign, but because it now gets aspected by Jupiter, you will see that it will bring you some comfort. So some help may come, but for that, you need to help somebody. Not with the intention of getting the help back, just with the intention to serve the Guru, to serve the God. For you, I will ask you to go to a Gurudwara and give your seva there. Go to your Guru's ashram and give your seva there. Or wherever you find your Guru, whoever is your Guru, try to serve the Guru, try to give your seva. You will find your problems will not even reach you, and you will be protected and guarded from all the mishaps. This will become a marvelous month for you, and you will enjoy like a child. Ascendant number 5, Leo. When your ascendant starts, when the September month starts, your ascendant is on the strongest platform. Sun is strong, Mars is strong, Jupiter is also strong. What you have to do actually in this case is simply take a pen and paper and write down your activities for the entire month. Every day, at the end of the day, you have to reassess the situation of the day, and then what you have learned from the situation, you need to note it down. What will happen is that instead of believing that it may happen, you have to see it happen. And plus, you may find some interesting events happening in your life that will change your focus, it will change your belief system. And this is absolutely not a good time to fight with authority, fight with bosses. But this is a good time to earn money. This is a good time to focus on stabilizing the income. Now, this is not the time for growth. This is the month where you can plan a long-term stability, and that is why I'm asking you to write it down. With Saturn in 6th house, with 11th Lord going into the 2nd house, this is actually a very strong position. Productivity will be at all-time high, but what is at the fault? What is the problem? It's Venus. Venus is your 10th Lord in this case, and also your 3rd Lord. So both the karmic houses for the Leo is controlled by the Queen, the Venus. And Venus is actually in the 12th house. What the planets are trying to see is that if he makes you a king, are you a king who gives, or you are a king who fights for the land, who fights for the property, and actually does no good for the public whom he controls? Can you be a better king? You have to see who is dependent on you and who is asking money from you. Who is the poor person coming at your doorstep and asking for some food or some water or some kind of help? That does not mean that you have to open up your gates for the charity, but you have to at least be available for few. When you will do this, you will see that the 12th house, which is not the house of loss, but it is the house of sacrifice, this is going to release your prarabdha karma. 3rd and 10th are karmic houses. 6th house is prarabdha. In front of the 6th house, in the 12th house, you see Venus placed beautifully. Venus has to be given a very important placement, and this means that you need to also help girls get education, or any kind of relief material that you can give to females, you should do it at your best effort, at your best capacity. This will ensure that you are on the right track. According to the planets, in the eyes of planets, you will become a deserving king and a rightful owner of the wealth, the happiness, and the prosperity. Stay happy, stay blessed, because you are really in a good position to bring a change either in your life or in the life of people who depends on you. Ascendant number 6, Virgo. For you, Mercury is slated to come on your ascendant. Whereas Rahu's position, if you see, Rahu will be completely strong in the trine. Rahu will be in the 9th house and Ketu will be in the 3rd house. So what will happen with you is, suddenly you will think that you are intelligent enough and you have found a solution of something, and you will simply believe it, quit what you are doing now and jump into a different boat. What will happen? Whatever you have expected out of that, the decision will backfire and the boat will capsize. So you have to be very careful that your boat should not capsize. You are really holding the situation, you are really holding the position, and when you are taking a decision, you are fully aware of what you are doing. Emotional decision is not advised, but over application, over analysis is not suitable for you. Overall, career is going to be good, marriage is going to be good. You will be asked to give more attention to family and children. You will be asked to give more attention to your parents. So for you, service to parents becomes the key to success. It has to be done every day, every month till the end of anyone's life. But for you, this is the month when the planets will judge you. Planet will observe you. Are you a good child? Are you having a good family? Are you giving happiness to your family? Those things will be judged. What kind of sacrifice you can make? And that is where the sun, which is in the sign of Leo, will also move to the sign of Virgo on your ascendant. So intellect is all-time high plus ego is all-time high. So ahamkar, or the ego, should not kill you. You should always be humble. So your remedies will always be to remain humble, to serve people, to serve the society, to serve humanity at any level that you can. Anger has to be controlled at all cost. With Ketu going in the 3rd house, you may start too fast, but you will finish too soon, way before the finish line. So when you have Ketu in the 3rd house, this means that you need to quit the free will and go with the flow. Don't try to resist anything. Don't try to judge or analyze everything. Leave things up to God, and God will ensure that you reach the right destination. Ascendant number 7th, the sign of Libra. In case of Libra, what you have to observe is that your ascendant lord is finding its situation, is in a certain kind of position in the 10th house, under the effect of Mars from the 7th house and Saturn from the 4th house. This means certain kind of force or certain kind of blockage will come from the family front. Certain kind of impact you will see from the marriage that is going to bring in issues in your career. You will become uncomfortable in your career. It may also happen that you have obstruction, or you may face restrictions from the team, from the bosses. You may get negative feedback, so you have to be very careful from that front. You should not try to show luxury or show off, do the show off of your rank and authority. The moment you will do that, you will see that somebody will complain, situation will backfire. So when the situation backfires, you will be running pillar to post, to solve the situation, to take the matter into control. But when the Kriyaman Karma sets things into motion, you will learn by falling. That's the experience of Shani. Ultimately, with the third house Jupiter coming into full power, you will see that your actions will become dharma sammat, that means in relation to the right path. But on the overall perspective, you have to be very, very careful. The balance may shift. There can be a power struggle. The power will shift and you will find yourself in a kind of a position where you have to transform. With Rahu going into the 8th house, you will get a lot of promises. A lot of promises to change, a lot of promises to transform from a turtle to a bird. It can be promised by anybody. You will see with the Rahu's presence in the 8th house, hidden enemies will come up. Health can take a hit in this case. So you have to actually fight for balance. Your ascendant is already trying to balance the situation. So you will find a tough time balancing your life, but this is where your real personality will shine, because you will be able to balance. You are having a Shashi Yoga. 2 Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga will form from your ascendant. So in this case, you have to just believe in yourself, keep moving, pray to Lord Shiva, help as many people as you can, and chant mantras. With the third house Jupiter, you also need to teach what you have learned, you need to communicate what you have learned, and you need to ensure that your communication is always crisp and to the point. Not the elaborate discussion. Just a crisp, sharp, to the point communication. For ascendant number 8, Scorpio. In case of Scorpio, Rahu is going in your 7th house and Ketu is going on your ascendant. So you will see this dynamic shift happening from the 2nd house to the 1st house. So kind of you are losing yourself in a positive way. You are getting influenced by something external. So this is where your personality goes into a dynamic shift. You are becoming something new. You will try to introspect, you will try to retrospect also. You would want to learn from the bad side. So your favorite question will be, tell me something bad about myself. Have I done something wrong? So the validation part will kick in. You won't find yourself and that may make you crazy. But this is where the seeker's journeys begin. This is where you need a right guru. For you, you need a guru. You need somebody to help you. You need somebody to guide you. And the moment you get it, the power of Jupiter will kick in and you will see that in most of the cases, you will be right and you will find the appropriate solution of the problem. The 3rd house and the 2nd house are becoming retrograde, are becoming direct from retrograde. Therefore, changing the way you act, changing the way you answer a situation. So your action will change from a reaction to a response. And that's a good matured transformation. And you should accept that. What you should not accept is somebody trying to praise you unnecessarily, somebody trying to promising heaven and moon to you. If somebody is not at all practical, not at all blunt on your face, and somebody is sugarcoating something too much is bad. Trust issues will come because when Ketu is not working properly, usually the mind resorts to Rahu, and Rahu is illusion. So illusion will be all around you, and also you will want to surround yourself with illusion. Surround yourself with spiritual things. Fill your home with spiritual articles, spiritual items. Do the dhoop, diya. Have the sound of God, Om chanting played in and create an ambience. And this will ensure a spiritual mindset. When Ketu is on the 1st house, this is the time to go inside. while Mercury on the 11th house is also going to increase expectations. So the Kam Bhav are getting a lot of power in this case. So when the Kam Bhav are getting a lot of power, but the third house has Shani, you would have a lot of desire, but you will not act on it. Because of this, a pressure will create from inside, and that pressure can make you go and take a wrong decision, go into a wrong path. Don't fall into the prey of any kind of desire that is bad for you. You should always go to a desire, you should always focus on the desire that is optimistic, and that is why spiritual guidance is a must for you. Sagittarius, the 9th ascendant. What to say? You have already transformed yourself. Ketu is going in the 12th house and Rahu is going in the 6th house. Jupiter, your ascendant lord, will slow down, will become direct from retrograde. You are gaining the power. After so many years, you are finally coming into picture. You are finally becoming stronger than ever. With the blessing of Lord Ram, you have the potential to do something unique and make a mark of yourself. I know it's very generic to say, but whomsoever have a chart that supports this can actually create a new life for himself. That is why Ketu is going in the 12th house in the house of Moksha to set you free. With Rahu in the 6th house, the enemies may come, but your ascendant lord is too powerful. It is already planned for the future, and if not, it will. The month of September will be full of planning, full of execution. It's a month where your fate can shine bright. It's a month where your career can shine bright. The only problem in your case is the functional malefic, that means the lord of 6th and the 11th house, which is Venus, is coming under the scrutiny of Saturn and Mars, and that too in your 8th house. This means that you need to refurbish the knowledge that you have, and especially if you are into spiritual sciences, occult sciences, data mining, income tax, any matter related to the 8th house, you will have to be very careful and you will have to replenish yourself, restudy, take the knowledge into its core. And if you're doing the stock market, you have to be extensively careful. With 8th house Venus, you also see that the 6th lord goes into the 8th house, so health is also an issue, but moreover, it's about transformation of expectations. You will give it a thought about the past, that you have invested so much on so many things and you got few, you were deprived of few. But it's of no use. It's a new life, it's a new lease being given to you. September is the month where you can begin and take a first step as a new person. Try to pray to Lord Rama, chant Ram Raksha Stotra, and this will help you proceed with the right direction, and actually it will make you understand your true potential. This is the time for you. Make the best of it. Next ascendant is Capricorn ascendant. Capricorn is the 10th ascendant, and for the Capricorn ascendant, I will say that Saturn is going on its full power, but the biggest problem is by trusting people, by loving people, you won't get love in return. So you have to give unconditional love without seeking anything in return. This is your test. With the 12th lord Jupiter also coming in the right spot, Ketu going in your 11th house, it's a complete month where your expectations will not meet at all. And this is the month of testing. This is the month of sacrifice for you. This is the month where you are asked to give and don't take. If you are getting something automatically, it's fine, but you should not expect it. This 1 month you should donate a lot. You should help a lot. Saturn is going to now stay in your ascendant for a very long time, and therefore Saturn is going to watch very carefully your 3rd, 7th and the 10th house. And also if you see, Rahu is going in the 5th house. It will create a doubt on yourself. It will make you quit things. It will make you relearn things. It will make you ask. It will make you learn a new subject, a new dimension, a new study. You can do that. You have to improve and upgrade yourself. And you have to find a way where you can actually uplift your soul by creating a worth for yourself. You can create a worthy life. At least take the first step in the month of September. Make the best use of it. Ascendant number 11, Aquarius. For the Aquarius, your 11th Lord is being free from the clutches of Ketu. This is the reset of expectations. You will know where to start, where to stop. You are ready to give up the self to find a new self. You are ready to make the necessary sacrifices for your own personal growth. So I do see a month of September tearing you apart and rejoining you, making you a completely new person, a completely new identity, and it's a positive month for you. Aquarians must use technology, must use the modern day and age tools to spread the knowledge, and that is also what you should do. Your 8th Lord is getting exalted. Your 8th house will see the presence of Mercury. This means the knowledge will be deep-seated, but you must be very careful on spying onto somebody, over-scrutinizing things, over-analyzing things, trying to dig deep, data mining. You have to be very careful. You can lose the way. You can go to long distance, but still find no solution. So what you have to do is upgrade yourself, learn from the situation, learn from the past, and try to become a new person. You have already become a new person over the years, over the period of couple of years, but now is the time when you actually get rid of all those pending things, the small baggages, remove it. It's a very good month for you. It's a very, very positive month for you. But your 6th house Lord, Moon, will decide your mood swings, that will decide which day is going to be good, which day is going to be bad for you, because it is the 6th house where the Venus, which is your Bhagyasthan Lord, which is your Lord of the fate, destiny, is actually getting in trap with your ascendant Lord. But this also means that you will decide your destiny. This also means that you with your own efforts can create enemies, and you with your own efforts can get rid of them, get rid of the prarabdha. You have to take action to give up. What to give up? I leave it up to you. Final ascendant, ascendant number 12, Pisces. In case of Pisces, your ascendant Lord is becoming stronger in the karma. The 11th Lord is becoming stronger. The 7th house is becoming stronger. The 4th house is becoming stronger. So everything is kind of becoming stronger except the 5th house. Because what is happening in the 5th house? Venus is becoming a bit weaker there. That your 8th Lord as well as your 3rd Lord are coming into question. What does it mean? Now if you see, the 3rd house is actually 8th from 8th. From the principle of Bhavat Bhavam, the entire occult energy is in the 5th house under the scrutiny. So if you are doing a job that is not necessary for you, you need to actually talk to a guru and refine it. If you are doing any kind of tantric practices, you may have to stop that. If you find your energy of emotions going haywire, you need to talk to a professional person and control. So it's all about bringing things under control and regulating the flow of life. This month is going to be exceptionally brilliant for you. Your entire Kendra, your entire Bhava is getting this strong. So it's all positive. But for that, your mood must be good. You must not doubt on your learning. You must not doubt on your ideologies and principles. And you must not worry about your children and productivity of your life. So it's kind of positive month for you, but you need to maintain that positivity and absorb the change that it brings. So if you're able to absorb the change, this month will set your course towards success and happiness. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching Punneit's Astrology. If you like this video, do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. Keep watching this channel for more videos on astrology. Follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook for more updates. And if you want to take consultation, you can book a consultation by dropping an email to the email in the description box below. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.